when it was created, what are its objectives, and how it works. And the funeral ceremonies of the late Father Aman Kana, the ceremonies took place this Friday in the Foyer de Charité. Members of priesthood and the members of Foyer de Charité and his family members all testified that he was a role model and a spiritual guide.
President of the Republic, Prosper Zombanza.
Well, welcome again. I'm still welcome. Details now. As you may already have heard from this 14 February 2026, Burundi will share the African Union presidency. Today, we give information about that continental organization, when it was created, what are its objectives, and how it works. Details with Jivan Deshimi.
The African Union was officially launched in July 2002 in South Africa, replacing the Organization of African Unity, OAU, founded in 1963. It resulted from the Sirte Declaration in Libya in 1999, which aimed to accelerate Africa's economy and political integration to meet the challenges of the 21st century. Founded on May 25, 1963, in Addis Ababa by 32 newly independent states, the Organization of African Unity aimed at the colonization, the defense of sovereignty, and the promotion of solidarity among countries. Under the initiative of Muammar Gaddafi, heads of state decided to create a new organization to strengthen integration, as the OAU was deemed unsuitable for the new challenges. The Constitutive Act of the African Union was signed in Lomé, Togo in July 2000. On July 9, 2002, the African Union officially replaced the OAU. Headquartered in Addis Ababa, it has 55 member states. The organization focuses on economic integration, peace, security, and democracy. The African Union represents an evolution of the OAU, moving from simple cooperation to a deeper commitment to integration in order to address socio-economic and political challenges. The African Union faces major structural weaknesses, primarily external financial dependence, over 70% of the budget, and a lack of autonomy in crisis management. However, it also has strength and opportunities. Its strength mainly revolve around the standby force, a peacekeeping mechanism composed of 5 regional brigades: East, North, West, Central, and South. The African Union offers significant opportunities for the continent's development, particularly through economic integration via the African Continental Free Trade Area and the promotion of peace and security. It also encourages cooperation, technological innovation, and mobilization of investment for infrastructure. The current chairperson of the African Union must be a serving head of state, serving a 1-year term. Since 2002, this organization has been presided over twice by the Republic of South Africa. At the regional level, it has been led by the United Republic of Tanzania, the Republic of Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This marks a historic first for the Republic of Burundi to assume presidency of the African Union.
Celebration of World Radio this Friday at the National River. The ceremonies were enhanced by the presence of the Communication Minister, Gabi Bugaga, who has declared that radio constitutes an essential pillar of the country's development and a privileged channel widely used for education as well as other activities of public interest. Didonena Chaisaba has more.
Ceremonies marking World Radio Day were organized at the national level under the high patronage of the Minister in charge of Communication, Gabi Bugaga, in the presence of the President of the Association of Radio Burundi, the President of the National Communication Council, and other media professionals. In his statements, Minister Gabi Bugaga emphasized that radio is a key pillar of country's development. He noted that it remains a vital channel widely used for education, awareness raising, and dissemination of useful information to the public. Regarding to the use of artificial intelligence, he stated that although it can help media professionals improve their work, it can never replace human intelligence. After the opening remarks, an expert delivered a presentation on the state of radio stations in Burundi. He highlighted the major challenges they face, including lack of financial resources and equipment, as well as the departure of trained professionals who leave their newsrooms in search of better paying jobs elsewhere. On this occasion, Minister Gabi Bugaga called on radio managers to adapt to the current context and develop strategies to mobilize resources in order to retain their staff. We let you know that the activities began with a radio synergy, bringing together radio representatives to examine the advantages and disadvantages related to the use of artificial intelligence.
520 houses, among which 320 new ones, 200 rehabilitated, were handed over to Burundian Litanies and vulnerable from Kionza Hill, Kirundo commune, from Bugabira commune in Butanyerera province. In his remarks, the General Secretary of Burundi Red Cross, Anselme Katyunguruza, has asked those people to cohabitate peacefully and do development activities. Details. Here we are at Kionza Hill, Kirundo commune, from Bugabira commune, while Burundi Red Cross has handed over 520 houses, among which 320 new houses and 200 rehabilitated to Burundian Litanies who had exiled in the neighboring countries. As has said Anselme Katyunguruza, General Secretary of Burundi Red Cross, it is after that the administration has called on their intervention that they got involved in finding solutions to that vulnerability. After that handover, Anselme Katyunguruza, Burundi Red Cross General Secretary, has urged the Litanies to live peacefully and do development activities and avoid insecurities. He sees that opportunity to reveal the kind of forgotten crises which are a reality in Burundi. Note that for helping them to successfully integrate socially and economically, Burundi Red Cross has granted them with health insurance card, training on social cohesion, peaceful conflict resolution, psychological follow-up, and other assistance. The Burundi Red Cross has also given them cash as capital so to do money-generating activities. 32 officers have received certificates after completion of their training in military camp command. Prime Niyongabo, head of Burundi National Defense Force, has invited them to put into practice the knowledge acquired and to be role models. Mayus Muhigwa has more.
This was the certificate award ceremony for the 2025-2026 enrollees who had just completed 5 months of training at Battalion Command of Staff College in Kinanira. These graduates received training that prepares them to command military camps and to serve in military brigades and divisions. Gilbert Nkurunziza, the director of the Battalion Command and Staff College, which trains officers holding the ranks of Major and Lieutenant Colonel, stated that the beneficiaries of this training will make a significant contribution to the country, particularly in matters of defense and combating the enemy. He also advised them to put into practice the knowledge they acquired and to be good leaders wherever they are assigned. For his part, General Prime Niyongabo, Chief of the National Defense Force of Burundi, congratulated the trained officers and urged them to apply the lessons learned to serve as role models and to work in unity. He will let you know that these certificates were awarded to 32 officers, marking the 14th intake.
Funeral ceremonies of late Father Amankana. The ceremonies took place this Friday at Foyer de Charité at Bujumbura. Members of priesthood and of Foyer de Charité and his family members all have testified that he was a role model and a spiritual guide. Jivone Chimier once again.
The The funeral ceremonies of Father Amankana were attended by archbishops, the vice president of the Republic, Prosper Zombanza, as well as other authorities, priests and religious members, the deceased family, people serving in the Foyer de Charité, Christians and many others. Everyone testified that Father Amankana was a priest with a devout heart who hated hypocrisy and cared for the common good, as emphasized by the Archbishop of Bujumbura, Gervais Banshimiyubusa, who led the Mass. Father Amankana was a priest, teacher and a counselor who wasn't afraid to guide the people towards healing and who practiced his faith with conviction. Priest Amankana was also a priest who knew how to lead like a shepherd while accompanying those who accepted to live in truth, love and God's justice. He emphasized, based on testimonies, Monsignor Gervais Banshimiyubusa requested that these remarkable testimonies be properly recorded so that they may even benefit those who hadn't known the servant of God.
Well, may his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you for attention. Have a good night.